Hey guys, and welcome back. And welcome to another Q&A. This one is for 300 subscribers. I got my little question reader right here, aka my cell phone, and let's get ready to answer some questions. First set comes from Colin Bocox or something like that. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, but first question he asks is, why do y'all call it Q&A? Well, the Q in question in Q&A stands for questions, and the A in Q&A stands for answer. So basically, I'm answering your questions. That's why I just did. The second question is, you have a number for LSRC? Nope, and I haven't even seen a LSRC live yet. Second question comes from CSX Nathaniel Wilcock Productions, and his first question is, favorite heritage paint scheme? My favorite top 3 favorite heritage paint schemes, I'm being told by a little mark down there. And first one would be Norfolk Southern 1070, the Wabash Heritage Unit. Second would be the Lehigh Valley NS number 8104, and I'm going to go with Union Pacific 1982, the Missouri Pacific, and third for my 3 favorites. Next question comes from Matthew Sanders, and his question is, what is my favorite railroad company? My favorite railroad company is Union Pacific Railroad. Love the U.S. flag on them. Next question comes from Metro North RR fan, and his question is, do I want high-speed rail? I want somewhat high-speed rail, but I don't want too much high-speed rail. There's such thing as too much and such thing as too little. Like, for example, I definitely think that there should be one from Los Angeles to San Francisco, but I don't think there should be one from, like, let's say, St. Louis to Indianapolis. But I don't see the big need for it because it's very flat ground and you don't really need high speed to get there quick. It takes a CSX about, I like to say, 6-7 hours to get from St. Louis downtown to Indianapolis downtown. And that's normally one day, but with CSX it could take longer than that. Next question comes from CSX Girl 96. Sorry about that. And she asks, when and why did you start rail fanning? I started about 10 years ago obsessively. Why not? Well, to be honest, more so why, I kind of got hooked on it when I was younger. I didn't realize that there was a real technical term for it, like rail fanning, for example, until about 10 years ago. So I've been at it for a little while. Next question comes from fellow Williamson rail fan road train, and his first question, where did you grow up? I grew up on a train. I'm just joking. I grew up in the middle of Missouri. What is your favorite railroad? Well, my favorite railroad is Union Pacific. I think I did answer that. Yeah, I think so. Revenge yourself, what's your favorite YouTuber? Well, I'm going to do a top 5, but this is not in order by any means. Jackson Airlines and Railroad, You're Up There, Michigan Rail Productions, and that's 3, Standard Gauge Railroader, and Millennium Force. those are our top 5, not in order again. Next set of questions comes from Louisville and Nashville 152, and his first question is, how many heritage units have you caught? First of all, Norfolk Southern heritage units. Well, I caught 19, but I've been thinking of redoing that because I don't have photo or video proof of half of them, or most of them is. I only got photo and video proof of 3 of them. That would be the Pennsylvania, Penn Central, and Savannah, Atlanta. I've been thinking of restarting that list, or should I say my number of heritage units, because of lack of evidence. But I have seen 19 of them. Is your refrigerator running? I hope so. Or else my food is pretty warm. I don't like warm around this time of year. What is your favorite my favorite TV show? Well, if you want to get technical, it's NASCAR. I'm going to go for NASCAR for my favorite TV show, and well, NASCAR is so much fun to watch. Have you seen an NSSC study lead? I've seen an ACE leading, M-2. I think I've seen an M leading too, but I've never seen like a standard cab SC study. I might have. I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to look through photos and stuff. I'm not entirely sure. Actually, yeah, I'm not entirely sure. I'll show you a picture now if I did. Next question, from Louisville, Nashville, 152, have you caught your refrigerator yet? No, and, well, I can catch it with a baseball club in a few minutes. Actually, I was thinking of doing that. Actually, I'll do that with a baseball glove soon. But that's thanks a lot. I just got a new bucket list item I want to do. I want to catch my refrigerator with a baseball glove. No, I'm serious, guys. I do that. Have I ridden in a dome car before? If you're talking like Amtrak dome cars, then yes, I have. But I haven't ridden in like a classic one. I've only ridden in a Superliner dome car. What is my name? Stuart. Did I hear about the Norfolk Southern is selling 4 of their excursion coaches? I have heard that, and to me, it kind of makes sense. Kind of doesn't. Partially because Norfolk Southern's dropping funding to the SEAM excursions, which to me makes sense because they aren't exactly sponsoring anymore like they used to. So, if you're like a Fort Wayne Railway Society, then I don't see exactly a need to use that particular car. Next set of questions comes from Short Hood Forward Productions. What are some places that you would like to rail fan in the future? Well, I'd go with Cajun Pass in California. I want to do some Southern rail fanning too, so I'd do that soon too. What was your favorite catch so far this year? It's going to be a tie. It's a three-way tie right now. The CREX or CREX on D701 with the 7776, I think, lead. This one's 7776. Something else. And the Monon unit and it trail. Then Penn Central Heritage Unit leading solo on a massive one-unit train. It's like 186 cars or something like that. One unit, dude. And third would be a Pennsylvania Heritage Unit. Oh wait, that reminds me of something. Next questions come from John Daly, and first question is, what is your least favorite railroad and why? First off, I don't really have a technical least favorite, but if I were to take one, it would be due to management at it, and that would be CSX. And how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Well, let me do the math real quick for that. I did the math and with a calculator's help, and in a single hour, I managed to come up with 81 logs. I think a woodchuck can chuck wood 81 times in 1 hour. That would be impressive to see in person, but I really think they can do it. Next set of questions comes from Michigan Rail Productions, and first question he asked is, do you like the SC-44s? Well, I haven't entirely made up my mind. I have to see one in person to officially make up my mind. Second question, what NAS Heritage Unit is your favorite? My favorite is Norfolk Southern 1070, a Wabash Heritage Unit. Next questions come from Jackson and Lansing Railroad, and his first question is, next big rail fanning trip. I don't have anything like major in the books and ready, but I still have to make some plans for some trips. Hopefully I can do a couple more before the end of the year. Last time you went to Corey Yard. The last time I went to Corey Yard was about a month ago. It seems like longer than that because I've seen so much trains in the last month or two. Next set of questions comes from Stern Gauge Railroad, and first off he says, congrats, my homie.
It's me! It's me!
His first question is, favorite food. My favorite food would be anything with cheese on it. Second question, favorite heritage unit. Favorite heritage unit overall would be Norfolk Southern 1070, the Wabash Heritage Unit. Favorite GE unit, and number terms, it's CSX 7868 with a K3LA, and non-number wise, it would be Norfolk Southern C40-9s, standard cabs. Those are cool. Fourth question, favorite EMD unit. Favorite EMD unit for number wise would be Norfolk Southern 1070. Model wise, it would be ST70 ACE. Did you only go to Vickers once? I've been to Vickers at least five to 7 times. Favorite Nathan horn. Nathan K5 LLA. That thing is a beast, and I'm getting daydreams of it. Favorite Leslie horn. I would go with an RS3L. Those things sound good, although it's a pretty close second for RS5T, and RS3K is also pretty good. So I'll go RS3L, very slim margin. or those two. Question number 6. SC78 versus SC78CD-T4. Which is better and why? I think the SC78 is better. Why? For K5LL8, obviously, most of them, it's probably more like 90% of them have K5LL8. And to me, they just look better because they don't have like the box. Let's face it, most of the Tier 4s just look like a box. Basically a box on wheels, because they're that shape. Especially like the demos. Not so much the ET44s, like the front runs, because I really like those. Those are really nice models. I really like them. In fact, I just bought one for HO scale too. Expect to see those soon in videos. Question number 9, ES44AC versus ET44AC. Which is better and why? Well, depends on road number and road name. For Union Pacific, I'd go ET44AC. Norfolk Southern, I'd go with ET44s. CN, I'd go ES44AC. CSX, I go ES44AC. Again, why? Because to me, the ET44s look good in certain paint schemes, better more than the GE ES44s. I don't know why. It's just the way I am. Question number 10. You're gonna do a rail fanning special for 300 subs. If I do, it won't be for a while. I'm going back to CN this weekend, and let's just check. If I were to do a special, it might be Durand, and that would be about a week or two for that. And let's just check to see if we got every question in. And it looks like we did. So until next time, I'm Real Fan Kyle. See you next time. And thanks for all the questions. See ya.